I think Evil Dead Rise is a disturbing, disgusting, gory nightmare fuel of a film. But as a new fan of the Evil Dead franchise, as I've been watching them leading up to this film, does it hold up to the past films and also open it up for newer fans? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about during my review. I'm going to break out the good and the bad of Evil Dead Rise. Let's start with the good. Evil Dead Rise sits between the 2013 reboot, remake, requel, whatever they want to call it, and the original trilogy in terms of tone. It doesn't take itself as seriously as a 2013 movie did, but it's not as goofy as the original trilogy is. So there's like a comedic dark comedy undertone to the horrifying things you're seeing, but there's like a more of an emotional weight to the characters and what's going on, like how the 2013 film did. All of that and the tone and everything that's going on in the movie is hinged on Alyssa Sullivan's performance as Ellie, and she does a fantastic job of playing this mother of three who has like a kind of a Grinch look. She builds tattoo guns herself, and she has great chemistry with the kids. They're having a rough time right now. The father has walked out on them. The building that they're currently living in is going to be under construction and being knocked down, probably to build like a more extensive high rise, and they only have a certain amount of time to leave. So they're in like in a scramble. So they're one of the few people left inside of this abandoned building, and they're just trying to figure out how they're going to do everything that they have to do to move out. So it's heartbreaking to see when she gets possessed, what happens to her. She slowly become a deadite and the terrifying things she starts doing to her own family. If horror movies was recognized by the awarding bodies, that would garner her a nomination for an award. She is fantastic, not only as the regular Ellie when she's just a regular mom, but when she turns into the Deadite, and this is not a spoiler, it's in the trailers or all the promotional things for the movie, she is phenomenal, and it's the core of the film. The physicality that it's telling her to do, she does a great job. The comedic undertones of what she says when she's insulting people as the Deadite, great delivery, and she's just really terrifying the way she moves, speaks, and everything she does. She has this deranged emotional range that is absolutely mesmerizing, and she's not the only good performance. I gotta say, casting child actors can be a catch-22. Sometimes they can bog down the film, and sometimes they could be just okay, but I think that they casted three really solid characters here, and with these child actors, I think they all did a really solid job, with Nell Fisher as the standout as Cassie, the youngest of the bunch. She's a super adorable. She's naive but not stupid, which I think is a thing that they do with the younger ones. They make them do stupid decisions. Obviously, I think everyone in this movie makes stupid decisions, but she's not a hindrance. She's actually resourceful throughout the film, and I really cared for her character. But speaking of the stupid decisions, in each Evil Dead franchise so far, the way they get in contact with the book, it's not the stupidest thing, but the way they get the book in this film, I turned to my friend and said, this is the whitest stereotypical horror movie thing I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it. And it was so funny because the couple next to me were white, and they looked at me and was just like, I should be offended, but I'm not going to lie. This is the whitest stereotypical horror film thing that someone can do to get this book that's about to mess up their lives. Lily Sutherland plays the other adult here, Beth. She is Ellie's sister, and she's coming to visit to kind of sort through some things that's going through her own life right now. And she starts off like the typical horror chick and didn't think she was going to do anything special, but as the movie progresses, she steps up to the task to become really awesome. For the casual movie going audience, not maybe even the casual horror movie going audience, this is an Evil Dead film, so you can expect some extreme gore, some very uncomfortable imagery, and there's decapitation, scalpings, impalements in very horrifying ways. And yeah, if you have a queasy stomach or you're not good with blood or decapitation or like things like that, this is not the movie for you. It's really great for me because I'm really a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise now, and I think they did a great job of matching some of the other past films in terms of the gore. I gotta give a shout out to director Lee Cronin. This is his second film, and he does a great job of paying homage to a lot of the things that happened in the past films, from the 2013 remake reboot to the original trilogy, but also paving the way forward and doing some things on his own. Him and the set designers and everybody behind the camera do a really great job of utilizing the apartment building, playing on all the fears. If you live in an apartment building like I have, or live in an apartment complex like that, looking through the peephole and being scared of what you're about to see. And he uses that fishbowl kind of effect to show something really cool through the peephole. Elevator, something that's always terrifying, because when you get into the elevator, you never know if it's going to malfunction. Using that to a terrifying effect. And even the dark stairwell to going down when you can't use the elevator. He does a great job using all that. The parking lot and how dark and scary that could be. They utilize the full building really, really well, and really the filmmaking of the film is really, really top notch. And I gotta say, out of all 5 films, this is the most I've been attached to the protagonist of the films. I think that in the past films, I kind of only cared about maybe 1 or 2 characters. Most of the time it was Ash in the original trilogy, and then Mia in the 2013 remake. But this one, I care about all the human characters, and I really wanted them to survive the night and make it till dawn and not die. And I wanted them to figure out a way to help the mother. And I was really emotionally attached to all of them. And I think that the writers and things did a great job of making this a family affair. So it felt a lot more personal, not just strangers being terrorized by this demon. And they really built up the chemistry and the backstory between the characters before all the insanity ensues. And I think they did a great job of having an undercurrent message of motherhood. What would you go to do, and how far would you go to protect the ones you love? Now let's talk about the bad. So while I definitely really, really like the character of Beth, I think that they didn't do the character service by making her maybe match the zaniness that Alyssa Sutherland's Ellie was doing. I think that we could have had a new Bruce Campbell Ash character, and I know that's sacrilegious because Bruce Campbell is a gem, but because he's not going to be the main character moving forward, I think with the 2013 reboot, I didn't think there was a main character that was super enjoyable there. And I think here, while I liked all the main characters wanting them to survive, Beth had an opportunity to go real insane and match the energy of the chaos, and they didn't do that. They played it a little safe. She does get a little bit, but it's not as much as I thought they were going to do, because that's also a staple of the Evil Dead franchise, that one of the main characters kind of going off the cliff and matching the Deadites' energy. And I really wish that they did that with Beth, especially since Alyssa Sutherland, who's her sister in the film, goes for it. And I gotta say that this film is a lot more fun than the 2013 remake, and it has, even though they have similar tones, but I'll say that the gore never matches what they did in that film. I think out of the 5 films, that film still has the most awesome gory moments and crazy, practical effect use. The ones in here are really, really good. It just never gets to that height, to me, in my opinion, which hopefully moving forward, because this is his first time going, if he gets a second film, he can match what they did or even go even further. Let's get into my verdict. So while the gore doesn't match the 2013 film and the comedy doesn't completely match the original trilogy, I think that they have a really solid balance here, because the filmmaking is top notch and I actually care about the characters, which I think is the most important part. And this might not be deemed as a horror classic or anything like this, but this makes Evil Dead franchise 5 for 5 in my opinion. They haven't had a bad movie, and this is a great, great film. A great film to watch with friends in the theater. My theater was so much fun, gasping and going crazy for certain moments. People grabbing onto each other, don't even know who each other are because how crazy the things that were going on in the screen. And I think that if you're an Evil Dead fan, you're going to really enjoy the homages and the world building that they did. They explain why their book looks different in all the different movies. And I think if you are someone that's never seen an Evil Dead film, I think the movie is so accessible, so fun if you're a horror fan, and has such great performances that you can become one. You may want to go back and watch some of the past films. So I think that this is a knockout out of the park movie for the franchise, and I really enjoyed it and highly recommend to go see it in the theaters with a bunch of people. So with that said, I'm going to give Evil Dead The Rise a B. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Evil Dead Rise? And if you have not seen it, based on my review, are you going to go check it out, or is it too much gore for you to go see? I understand if you can't. Like the video if you like my review, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can notify my reviews, reactions, live discussions, trailer reactions, and much, much more. You can watch more of my content right now.